Hey, look at my wrists on aqua. Got it singing like the opera. Got her calling out the Allah. I might go fuck us some comments. 18 now, I might fuck on your mama. Keep talking shit, turn you pussies to pop some very guapo. Might fuck on no model. Just hit the lotto.
What's going on, guys? Back with more Custom Kahn. This is the second video where I will be exploring an entire loadout. After this, I will be going over abilities and just kind of a quick guide on those, just because I feel like all the loadouts kind of revolve around the last guide I did, which if you haven't seen, go check out, and this one that I'm doing right now. The rest are honestly just variation. Like, again, it's kind of just switching one move from the rest. I will always make you sweat. Oh, pause. Okay. This variation is basically with the more standard shit that people are talking about: the restand, annihilation, and dark priest. So before we go over just quick basics, dark priest, slight hammer buff, so moves like this instead of 134 to 147, so 1%. Honestly, it's really weak in terms of the actual attacks. Its main use on its own is this. Buffs your throws. Instead of 13%, you get 19%. Really solid jump. And that goes both ways. You do forward or back, so it doesn't matter. Both do 19 now. You also, when coupled with this, annihilation does 12%. If you amplify it, 17. She does. But when you combine the two, if you do annihilation with the buff active, you gain access to a crushing blow that launches. I dropped it because of YouTube, but basically, this is going to be your ender. If you're blocked, you can use just a side switch. So if you do something like that, you can side switch with that. But if you're, with Shao Kahn, you're going to usually have great corner carry. So what you're going to want to do is, right, like, you're not kind of near the corner, you're going to end with annihilation, keep the same side. I never recommend amplifying it unless you're trying to get them within chip range, or if it's to end the round. My advice, just use it to end the round, because you're going to want your meter to, like I said in my last video, flawless block as much as possible, because as Shao Kahn, you're giving up your turn every time you press a button that's blocked. So you're going to want to learn how to flawless block to take that turn back and get back into your plus frames. Okay, to my notes. Ground shatter. Oh yeah, sorry. 18, minus 18, but it is a low. That is, I don't need the frame data. You guys can trust me, right? Mid screen, it's whatever. The main use is in the corner. It's a +7 restand. +7. So essentially, if Shiva tries to down one, let me switch real quick. So as Shao Kahn, okay, if I try to down one after that, I won't even get it out. I'm trying to down one as soon as possible. I'm mashing it. But you get the idea. Okay, so ground shatter after a... What? You can use this to chip away. My advice would be here, max range. Let me see if I can reversal attack. Unteam. Yeah, sure, custom reversal, and then we'll have her. A lot of down fours won't reach. You need to be careful doing this against, because see how it says punish, or no, counter. Well, I'm pretty sure it's not interruptible, that's why. Let me check out the frame data real quick. Basics, down 4. Cancel advantage, 13. Whoa, that would mean 26. Okay, yeah, so it's interruptible. That means it's 13 frames, so most down 4s will come out before it, but the reason you're gonna beat out most of the down 4s against stubby characters. Stubby characters is the key here, because stubby characters can't down 4 in time, leaving you +7, and if you're in the corner, again. Oh, yeah, max range maybe. Yeah, even then, honestly, this is just something to consider. If you're gonna try and catch someone counter poking, you're better off just doing this. every time. You can even do this. This is real. This is real. And this is real. Those are not interruptible. However... So this is not interruptible, but that is. Down 1 shoulder is not real. Down 1 annihilation is. Down 4 shoulder is. And again, I'll show you. Okay, so again, the cancel advantage is 13, meaning shoulder, which comes out in 16 frames, will come out in 3 frames, meaning nothing will beat it. Down 1, however, the cancel advantage is not quite the same. Down 1, cancel advantage is 10. Wait, what? Yeah, so because of that, that means that means shoulder again, which is 16, will come out in 6, but I believe because of the way the block stun works, again, just down 1 shoulder is not real. Shiva's down 1 is it 6 frames? No, it's 7. Right, so I think it's something with the block stun. She's just blocking now. Yeah, you can't. Yeah, this isn't real. A lot of people think it is. It's not. Alright, though. Amplifying and not amplifying. So, the ground shatter is minus 18. I'm gonna just get the frame data so you guys can see it and follow along. Plus 7 on hit. Cancel advantage. Whatever that means. It's not important here. Minus 18 on block. Minus 18 also. Slight pushback, but anybody that knows anything about this move is gonna punish it consistently. But it looks like a max rate. Wait, how big is the radius on this shit? That's actually pretty good. I didn't realize I went that far, but usually that's why you're gonna be using it with 2 strings. 4-2-4, which is clearly interruptible. And 1-4-2. Both these strings end in overheads. The only true mix here is the 1-4-2. This is pretty much a mix, especially online, but you can actually, I've tested this, you can visually see him either swinging this over his head or coming down with that. You kind of just block low and then wait till you see him, because this is so slow. You have time to, 28 frames. It's a 28 frame overhead. You have time to see it coming. You can't fuzzy either of these, because again, this is a 2 frame window, which is not impossible to fuzzy, but it's pretty difficult, especially online. 26 frames again, and 20. Yeah, so both actually are the same, but this, it's a lot more visually easier to see than this, even though the startup's the same. Especially because your opponent's going to be in your toes a lot more with this than they are with this. With this, they're probably going to see coming. But this, that's why it's plus 4 on block. Also has a shitload of hit advantage, plus 23. Dark Priest setup potential. You would amplify it mid-screen to get this out, because the hit advantage is nothing insane at 24, but your opponent's a lot further. Again, in the corner, you're not setting up Dark Priest at all. Let's see. Yeah, so that's. Let me see if I can. I'm gonna hold block just so you guys get an idea. Yeah, if your opponent even just does an up 2, because they'll see you doing it as they come down, so they can do an up 2 and just fully combo you. You know what I mean? Don't do it in the corner. Mid-screen is your best bet. Sorry. You can do it after that. Let me get the hit advantage thing on. Your best bet would be, most characters you can get away with doing 2. So it's plus 43 as you saw. If you do it right after 1 though, cancel the hit advantage is 60, giving you quite a bit of time to recover. You're never getting punished if you do it after the first one. That's the lovely thing about Dark Priest versus the taunts, which I'll talk about in the next video. They get their own video. Okay, what else? Sorry, I gotta go back to my notes. Standing 1, flawless block fate after restamp. Yeah. Okay, so this might take me a second to set up. Nah, it shouldn't. Okay, so what we're gonna do is have Shao Kahn. Sorry. Come on now. I just need to flawless block this. Alright, there we go. See that? You can bait that out. Okay, and however, you can also, if you time it right. Hey, thanks for the follow. If you time it right, you can flawless block an up 3 as well. Takes a little more tighter window timing, but sorry, I'm trying to get this right. Fuck. Come on, let me get this shit. Okay, but you get what I'm saying is you can bait a flawless block attack and then get the reversal throw KB, and again, because they're using meter, if you bait it out, they are not going to be able to break away. Let me just show that real quick. We'll go to the right, easy KBs. We'll have them break away shit immediately. Oh, you know, they're supposed to wake up attack. So if you flawless block an up 3, which you could do after baiting out with the reefs then. Come on now. Let me get this shit. I need to get it. Oh my god, you're fucking kidding me, but it's not that hard to get. I'm sorry, I'm fucking it up, but for real, like, you see how she's not able to break away? I fucked it up, but you can get the whole combo without them breaking away. They eat half their health if you bait that shit out. Totally worth it. A lot of people like to go flawless block up 2 because Shao can't threaten you. Shao Kahn can't threaten you with anything fast enough to break, to hit you out of an up 2. Meaning, a lot of the time people are going to try to launch you on flawless block. If they do an up 3, oh well, just block. You'll block it either way. You know what I mean? You press 1 and block immediately. You might not flawless block it, but you'll at the very least get them off their meter or be +4. Shao Kahn, yes. Is that going to be the joke now on my channel? Shao Kahn. Shao Kahn. Shao Kahn, these nuts. What was I going to talk about? Notes. That does it for Ground Shatter. Annihilation. So the biggest thing with this that you gain is a consistent gap closer. And I say that because with this string, there's a gap. Everyone knows that. Forward 3 shoulder, however, closes the gap. The only problem with that... The only problem with shoulder, and I actually just went through this, so like now that I've done enough Shao mirrors to know, attempting the flawless block forward 3-4, for some reason you can accidentally block shoulder as well. And shoulder is a lot easier to see visually as well as feel, because the block stun on is huge. Like, you're gonna feel it in your controller. And it's -20, meaning even even an elderly woman can see that they accidentally blocked the shoulder and still have time to punish it. Like, oh shit, and then fucking free damage. It's ass. But because of that, this is the only real consistent gap closer with forward 3, as well as all of his other gaps. Shao Kahn has quite a few. This is 1. This is 1. This is 2. This is 3. This is 4. This is 5. I think the only string he has that doesn't have a fucking gap. Oh yeah, 6. Did I do that one? How many gaps total? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I think that's it, right? Am I double counting? 1, 2, 3, 4, no? 5, 6. Yeah, 6 gaps. 7. 7 gaps. Jesus. 7 flawless block gaps. All of them, however, can be closed with, let me try reversal. Get up reversal. A lot of them are flat interruptible, like, 4-3, sorry, 4-2-4. 4-4 is not interruptible, but it's flawless blockable, so some of them. The one good thing though I'll give is that none of Xiao's shit except 4-3-4 becomes punishable on flawless block. So let's take a look at these. -5 across the board, even on flawless block. -9 stays that way. -7 stays that way. That's punishable, no gap. -8, however, it always has pushback. You might be able to lessen the pushback, but nobody's really flawless blocking this because you have this. You have the threat of 4-2-4. 4-3-4 though, it's punishable and you can't cancel or finish the fucking thing if you cannot finish it anyway. So this becomes -12 automatic, free punish. If they're using meter, they haven't labbed it. Yeah, this as well stays +6. However, this obviously, if they choose to come off meter, they can punish you. So this, however, that's why again you want to kind of get your opponent to break away. Don't feel bad if you don't get the armor break. Your main thing is getting them off that, because once they're off a meter, they can't. Flawless blocking this doesn't mean anything. You're still +6. In fact, I get away with a lot of the time because people don't know that this stays +6. They try to press after it and get blown up with no breakaway. Yeah, countering counter pokes. So a lot of people, especially patient ones, will try to poke to take the turn back, but they'll wait for you to throw poke. At that point, again, you can either get them with shoulder, but now you have access to something a little faster, a little more consistent. It's just as unsafe as shoulder. It's the only problem, but it's a lot faster, and you can counter poke after down 1 and have something that's consistently going to catch someone that's trying to counter poke or just press after your poke. Amplifying for dark pre-setup. Yeah, so again, if you just get your opponent away from you, hit advantage. 15, but your opponent's full screen, so it's up to you guys. Shit, sorry. It's kind of late where I'm at. Why I don't use? Why I don't use it? So with so both of these moves actually, I don't carry them solo. They have to come together, in my opinion. I never carry either one without the other, because again, with this, you need that KV. As an ender, it's kind of whatever. Here, let me just do something simple. So with a back 3, 178 exactly. 178 exactly. And this is an armor break, meaning if Shiva tries to, you know what I mean? Versus that 172. Oh, that does less damage on breakaway? Huh? Buff Shao Kahn. You can actually amplify this shit. I don't know why that does less damage, but again, even though this isn't your best ender, a lot of you are rocking skewered anyway. So I mean, there you go. I've talked about Scum Grab before, but really quick, I think it's awesome because it's a much more consistent anti-air. You know, you might struggle anti-airing with this, but you'll never struggle with this. You can really let them get in there too. Pause. This does the job a lot better as an anti-air, in my opinion, especially when you're in the corner. Actually, let me try. Sorry, because what a lot of people will do, you know, they knock you down, then they try to beat, you know, they get you the meaty kick. You just, and again, with this variation where you have ground shatter, you're going to do some insane shit. And again, instead of having the flawless block, which you can still do, you can just fucking for free. And now look, you're +7. Into mix, pseudo mix, but still. So again, this is really good, especially in the corners. Scum Grab is a very underrated tool. I think a lot of people just get skewered because it's a you can launch with it, and it's better as an armor breaker than Scum Grab, obviously. But Scum Grab is still a really, really great anti-air, which is what skewered originally was supposed to be. But yeah, again, with that said, like it does pretty much the same amount as an ender. So I mean, you're not losing out on damage. If you're so worried about side switch, blah blah blah, get skewered. This is okay, you know. And then as a gap closer, that's pretty useful. But again, it's -20, and if you're gonna close gaps, you might as well just go with shoulder. Honestly, like I said, there's gonna be times when you're gonna get like the accidental block, but a lot of the time you're gonna blow up the gap anyway. So, and again, with shoulder, you're getting a fucking launcher, and they're both -20. So again, it's pretty shitty on its own. The one thing that would maybe redeem it is the fact that you get a KB with it, which does insane damage if you don't drop it like me, because I'm a dumb bitch. Easy 50. 497 if you're gonna be picky, but even just by itself, you know what I mean? Like this is a great crushing blow. It's not, well, it's great in terms of its damage. Getting that shit out is actually really difficult, but again, this is why I like having it with Dark Priest, is because when you get the threat of that crushing blow, your opponent's gonna sit here like this. They're gonna fucking block, which means you start opening them up. You have 19% throws for a few seconds as well. So again, the combination is actually really decent. I can totally see why people use this, and honestly, at a higher level, I don't like using spear charge and stuff anymore, just because I gotta play a little aggressively, especially against defensive players. This is the variation for aggression. With restands, plus frames, mix. You got a lot of options with this. It's not the best because again, you don't have a mid projectile like I talked about in my last video. Because it says mid, I know, but it's really not a fucking mid. If Shiva wasn't my fucking height, you would actually see that it whiffs. Yeah, you see that, right? It's going through the back of her fucking head. It's just going on the side of her. This is why we don't like using spear, though, because spear is tragic. Spear is horrific. If you walk right up to somebody, it's not consistent. I mean, you guys are seeing it whiff too. There we go. Like, what the fuck is that? You know what I mean? So again, you don't have a mid projectile, so that's pretty ass. But again, this is the aggression. The main strat, again, besides aggression, is you want to get your opponent to the corner. This is you want them in the corner, because the amount of options you have as Shao, because you have a 10 frame mid and plus frames. The only thing is, be careful throwing this out. It's 9 frames and you're +7, meaning your opponent has time to duck. You're not completely set with this restand into your plus frames. Basically, you make them start respecting this. You start staggering it. Go into forward 4, be +6. Make them flawless block. You can check them. If they try, you know they're gonna flawless block consistently. You know, go forward 3 annihilation. Boom, still in the corner. You know what I mean? This is the variation. It's basically momentum. This is the variation where when your opponent's in the corner, they're in trouble. Resetting neutral versus back 3 after reset. Oh, okay. I'm gonna keep talking about back damage. Yeah. Another thing I wanted to talk about, though, obviously, though, when you catch. So that's like your standard. You can do so if you. Let me get to the right. I've seen some people do something like this. That's okay, but again, 235. The optimal. If I can fucking land it. It's standing 3 into ground shatter. After 2 of these, yep, there we go, 30 into a restand. However, again, unlike the last variation, you're losing out on damage quite a bit. You can get 3, but you know you're losing out on 5%, and that's at the optimal. I almost never do the optimal. I usually do standing 1 just because it's consistent. So 28, you're losing out on 7%, roughly. Yeah, see, that doesn't even work consistently. You're losing out on about 7% if you're not doing the damage, which is, you know, that's not a huge deal. I think in the corner it's good, but in mid-screen, please. This is 26%, but dude, for fuck's sake, you guys get cashed on so much more. If you just go for damage, 26 versus 32, 6% difference, and again, mid-screen, I mean, you're restanding them for +7. Yeah, you can't even do that, sorry. What you're gonna have to do is something like that. And again, you see where your opponent is. The only thing you could do is check them, and even then, I think they could just walk back out of range. Let me have her, let me just record real quick. Left. Okay, maybe that reaches, but again, you know, you're +7. That's not too bright. And you're committing to something that's -20. So again, restand's nice at corner only. Do not take that thing out of the corner unless you're doing it to mix. The only time I'd say you do it out of the corner is when you're doing this. Also with this, please be careful. Look at the distance. Forward 2 does not reach if they're yeah, unless you hit it at point blank range like this, forward 2 will whiff. So if you go a little back, whiffs. So please be careful, because your saving grace from this range would be the second hit. But you don't get anything off of that. You can't confirm it. You can finish the string, which is forward 2 and 2. Yeah, even then, you're not hit confirming that second hit into anything. So your best bet actually would be just go into scum grab. It whiffs at certain ranges. It whiffs at certain ranges, but it's a lot safer than any other option. Okay, back to my notes. So I'm getting off track. Okay, resetting neutral again versus back. Yeah. So against lower level players or someone that hasn't faced you before or hasn't faced Xiao much, the one thing I'll say about the corner restand is that everyone likes to jump after it, which gives you the option to get some shit like this. Okay, yeah, I'm fucking up the sorry, wait. Just something like that. And you're almost guaranteed to get them into the corner if you hit them from any range with that. Let's take her to the left. Like, this is halfway across the screen, if not a little more. So, you know what I mean? Oof. Gotta know your timings. Okay. But, again, against higher level people, you know, they might know you're gonna do some shit like this. I think doing a jump 2 after the restand is pretty safe, because your jump 2 is amazing, but a good player will make you whiff. So at the very, very least, guys, especially you higher level guys, just let it reset neutral. If you're gonna do this, like, I would suggest maybe Jackie or something. Nah, you're better off just doing a knockdown if you want to play keep away. End with this and just amplify it. You know what I mean? You can play keep away from here. Chuck some spears out. It's a true mid from over here. A few things can go under it though. That pretty much does it for this. So I'm gonna make. There's probably gonna be. Okay, I'm gonna probably put all the hammer moves together. So air hammer, up wrath hammer, and seeking. I'll probably do all of those together, and then taunts will have their own video. That I'm gonna talk about how I'd fix them. I'm trying to think what else. Sorry, let me look at this. Yeah, I had buff ideas actually. I think I'm gonna do a whole video on that, but I'll probably quickly touch up against. I'll completely do it in a different guide where I talk about the buff ideas and what's wrong with Shao Kahn. Yeah, I'm gonna be able. Actually, what would you guys want to see? What's wrong with Shao Kahn and how I'd fix him, or separate? What's wrong with Shao Kahn and then how I would buff Shao Kahn? Let me know down in the comments what you guys would want to see. But okay, custom abilities, taunts, the hammer moves. I think that covers it actually. Yeah, so 2 more episodes, and then the final 2 will be. Yeah, I'll just do 2 separate. I'll do episode 5 will be what's wrong with Shao Kahn. Episode 6 will be how I would fix Shao Kahn. Alright, that pretty much does it for this video. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys liked it, and I'll see you at episode 3. Peace.
Dinner, ay, yeah, my diamonds they call like the summer. I fuck that bitch, make her legs trimmer. Ay, my diamonds on Denver, ay, yeah, I'm on no block like a simmer. Ay, she come when I whisper, ay, yeah, hands underneath, she a silk rocks, hey,
yeah. We smash your thoughts, fuck a bitch. She saw my, hey, yeah, hey, what?